My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you all are doing well. What I have here today, everyone, is a very lightweight sleeping bag that I've already begun testing out. And I can tell you all this, so far, I'm impressed. This comes from NatureHike, and this is their ultralight backpacking sleeping bag. That's right, folks, this is a hybrid product. It's a sleeping bag. At the same time, it's a quilt. It's also a blanket. You can basically use this any way that you want to. In a tent, in a hammock, in your vehicle, so on and so forth. When it's warm out, you can use it as a blanket and lay it over you. You can use it as a quilt, make a foot box, stick your feet in, do that. Or when it's cooler out, you can use it as a sleeping bag. In this episode, I'll be going over my impressions of this product so far based upon the use that I have with it so far. With that being said, everyone, let's begin. To start off here, everyone, let's take a look at the compression bag. So on the bottom, we have a grab tab so you can easily pull out the sleeping bag, the quilt, whatever you want to call it. Around the body here, we have compression straps. There are 3 of them. One of them has a Duraflex buckle. It should be mentioned, everyone, this compresses nicely. When this is fully compressed, you're looking at about 9 inches long, 7 inches wide. That is very impressive. Pulling back the top here, we have a draw pull. And now we can use that grab tab at the bottom to pull out the blanket. What I have here, everyone, is a mesh storage bag that is included with this sleeping bag. This is for storing the blanket when you're not using it. That way, you don't have to leave it compressed for long periods of time, which you wouldn't want to do because this is a down product. Speaking of which, you're looking at it now in sleeping bag mode. With this quilt here, it has a number of features that are quite important. First off, we have a zipper that goes all the way around. That way you can open this up fully. You can use it as a blanket. You can also use it as a quilt if you want to. Or you can zip it up and use it as a sleeping bag. What we have here is a 2-way zipper. We have a zipper up at the top and a zipper at the bottom. We also have a zipper lock, which will secure the zipper so that it doesn't come undone as you're sleeping inside of this, tossing and turning. Up at the top here, we also have a draw pull so that we can cinch this up. With this blanket, this sleeping bag, this quilt, whatever you want to call it, it does not have a hood. Additionally, at the bottom here, we have 2 loops. That way you can hang this up and store it that way if you want to. Or you can use the mesh storage bag that's included. So again, everyone, this is the sleeping bag mode. Let's switch this over to the blanket mode. Look at how smooth this zipper is. You saw there, everyone, just how smooth that zipper is. The reason why it is so smooth is because it's a very high quality zipper. That's a YKK zipper. Speaking of which, when it comes to this product, NatureHike spared no expense. We're talking about the best of the best in terms of hardware and also zippers. And the materials themselves are also very good. I'll go into more detail about those in just a minute. With this quilt being laid out, you can see that it has vertical channels for the down. That's right, everyone. This is a down-filled quilt, sleeping bag, blanket. That means it's going to be incredibly warm and at the same time, very, very lightweight. So this is the outside. You would be underneath this. This is the inside, which is virtually the same as the outside. There is a slight material difference. The outside material has a sheen to it, whereas on the inside, it is very much a flat color. We've seen this in sleeping bag mode. We've also seen this in the blanket mode. Now, let's convert this over to a quilt. To do that, you could take one of the zippers, and you can create a foot box. And then, just like that, you have a quilt. You can also go into quilt mode another way. Basically, you take both zippers and you run them up to the top of the quilt. From here, you cinch down the top, and then you use it upside down. And what we have is simply another way to make the quilt. It should be mentioned, everyone, the outer fabric has been treated with a DWR, so it is water repellent. So if you get any water on the outer shell, this is going to be absolutely fine. It will bead up and roll off. That, everyone, is a nice feature. Now, everyone, it's time to go over some stats. This is available in 2 colors, blue and also green. It is available in 5 different versions, and I have to admit I'm confused by this. I can make sense of the Amazon listing as far as 4 of the versions go. 2 I'm certain about, 2 I'm fairly certain about, and 1 it's a complete mystery. On Amazon, there's 1 listing for all 5 products. And the simple fact is there's not enough information there to distinguish what you're looking at. With the blue ones, it's clear. There's a smaller size and there's a larger size. This is the larger size. With the green, I believe what they're saying is there's a smaller size and a larger size, but there's also a 5th option. It's blue, and I don't know what I'm looking at. There's just not enough information there to tell you why it's different. NatureHike, you need to fix your Amazon listing because it is super confusing. So again, everyone, there's 2 different sizes. When it comes to the stored dimensions, the larger, this one here, it measures 9 inches by roughly 7 inches. That is very compact for a quilt, for a product like this. When it comes to the unfolded sleeping bag dimensions, it is 78.7 inches long and it measures 31.5 inches. The smaller version is 74.8 inches by 28.3 inches. If you unfold the sleeping bag into a blanket, basically it's twice as wide, which is really wide for a product like this. The weight of the larger size is 1.7 pounds on my scale. According to NatureHike, the weight of the smaller size is 1.3 pounds. The larger version here is also the warmest version. It has a comfort rating of 42 degrees Fahrenheit. The smaller version, again, is not quite as warm as this one. The comfort rating is 51.8 degrees. When it comes to the insulation, that's a 650 filled down. The outer material is a 20 denier nylon. The inside material is a 400T nylon. We have Duraflex buckles, a YKK zipper. When it comes to price, at the time of filming on Amazon, the blue version here, the larger size, is $99. The smaller size is $67.91. Both green versions are similar in price to the blue one here, but there is that 5th option, and for some reason it is $109. Why? I do not know. Again, everybody, the Amazon listing for these products is very confusing, and I have no idea what NatureHike is doing there with all 5 options. I simply do not know what that 5th option is. And to be frank, I'm not 100% sure about the green one either. I'm guessing. That's because only with the 2 blue versions, the larger and the smaller, is it clear what you're getting. With the 2 green and that 5th weird blue option, it's just not clear. When it comes to my use of this product so far, I've had this out for 1 trip. During that trip, in the middle of the night, the temp dropped down to roughly 55 degrees. But it was an incredibly warm night that actually cooled down nicely. So I started off the night using this as a blanket. As I got cooler, I zipped it up and I used it as a sleeping bag. For both purposes, it worked incredibly well. As I mentioned before, the temperature rating of this is 42 degrees. That's the comfort rating. Unfortunately, it's unlikely that it's going to be that cool anytime soon. Possibly as I go up in elevation, maybe. Either way, more testing needs to be done with this product to see whether or not the temperature rating is accurate. As it stands now, I believe it is. I see no reason why it would not be. As far as the quality goes for this is very, very good. I've looked this over rather extensively, and I've only found 2 loose threads, which is not bad at all, considering how much stitch work goes into a product like this. The quality here is very good. The materials are also very good. Something that we should talk about though, and it's something that you should consider with any down-filled product, is down loss. When you have a sleeping bag, a quilt, a blanket with down, you will experience some down loss. And what that is, what I'm talking about specifically, is when the down feathers come through the material, the shell material. Again, this is going to happen with any type of down-filled product. But with that being said, some products are worse than others. With this here, there is some down loss. After my night out with this, I experienced, well, I should say, I found 3 down feathers, which is not bad. But I was able just to, right now, pull out an additional feather. So yes, there is going to be some down loss with this product. How bad is it going to be? I don't know yet, to be honest. That is something that I still need to test out. As it stands right now, it doesn't look bad, but without a doubt, some feathers are coming through. So I will test that out, and I will report back in my ultimate review. This is very much a preview of this product. Something else that I can't report on yet is value. At $100, in my opinion, already this is a fair price. But ultimately, the value of this product depends on whether or not the temperature rating is accurate. At 42 degrees, with this being $100 filled with down, the value there would be awesome. But we have to test it out in those cooler conditions first. Next, everyone, is this lightweight? Yes, it is. This is impressively lightweight for the temperature rating that it has. I mean, it really is. If the temperature rating is accurate, at 1.7 pounds for $100, this is very impressive. This is a product that certainly does not take up much space inside of your backpack when it's stuffed in the storage bag. The fact that you get the mesh storage bag with this kit is really nice. Something else that's really nice is the storage bag for this system, the compression bag. It does a fantastic job of compressing this. And get this, this is actually large enough to get this sleeping bag back inside of it with no struggle. That, everyone, is amazing. Finally, a company has caught on. Finally. You would be surprised, everyone, at how many companies that make sleeping bags that get this wrong. They will make these storage bags so small that you can barely get your sleeping bag back into it, which is ridiculous. When using this as a sleeping bag, it works perfectly and it's very comfortable. When using this as a blanket, it works perfectly and it's very much comfortable. I have not used this as a quilt yet, so I will report back on that. With that being said, though, I do not see any reason why it would not be comfortable as well. Obviously, this is a very versatile product and you can use this any way that you want to. Sleeping bag, quilt, blanket, an over quilt. You really can't use this as an underquilt with your hammock setup. It just does not have the proper attachment points. Certainly in a hammock, you can lay this over the top of you or crawl inside of it or use it as a quilt. Inside of your vehicle, of course, it works the same way as inside of a tent. For all of these purposes, it's gonna work well, I believe. With all of that being said, I'm done. There's nothing else for me to report at this point in time. Coming up in the future, you will find my ultimate review, and it may be going towards the fall. Ultimately, it depends on the temperatures that I can get this out into. Hopefully, I can head up high and we'll hit the 40-degree range, but we will see. So far, everyone, it looks to me like NatureHike has a hit on their hands with this product. The quality is good. It's very versatile. It's very lightweight, very compressible. It's warm. Also adjustable for warmer conditions. You can use it as a blanket. As it stands right now, I should put it this way, it checks off all of the boxes. But I do have questions about the temperature rating. Is it correct? And 2, how much down loss is there going to be? That is a big question. Already, I'm seeing some feathers coming through. It's not terrible, but it is more than I would like to see. But more testing needs to be done, that's for sure. Comment down below, everyone, and share your thoughts. What do you all think about the NatureHike blanket quilt sleeping bag? So far, I'm very impressed with this product. I think it's going to perform really well this summer. If you're considering this, make sure to really consider the width options, right? There are 2 of them. This is the wider version. For myself, this works perfectly. It's wide enough at the shoulders where I do not feel constricted inside of it. I personally can't stand that feeling when a sleeping bag is really tight around my shoulders. Luckily, with this product here, I do not have that issue. So do make sure to consider the size options before you make your purchase if you decide this is something that you're interested in. NatureHike, fix those freaking Amazon listings. They are so confusing. All you're doing is just hurting yourself. So make sure to address those. If you found this episode helpful, do hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It's a great way to support this channel. Everyone, take care, be well, strength and honor. Bye for now.